Find out what's going on. Get involved. Change things from the inside. Make a difference. Take pride. Multicultural at its best. The Luisa Marshall Show. Coming up.
All new Simply the Best Season 8. Get involved. 3 meaningful events in one show. Highlights of an important meeting at the Philippine Consulate General to discuss emergency preparedness with Minister Yamamoto.
A 33% chance that we will have a magnitude 9 earthquake.
A special interview with Consul General Neil Ferrer.
There are many jobs back home, and we need people. It's very serious in forging lasting peace.
Highlights of MLA Amrik Virk's Christmas lunch with the Filipino community.
A bit of a flag waver. I look at this country that we have brought people from around the world into our environment here, and then we have become one. We have these strong values where we don't believe in building up walls, we believe in breaking them down.
And a powerful message by MLA Mable Elmore on building and strengthening the temporary foreign workers' solidarity.
A strong voice to government, municipal, provincial, and federal government, that temporary foreign workers should be respected.
Get involved.
That
all these coming up. Hello, hello, hello. We have a special show. 3 events in one show. So please don't move. Just stay there. First, we're taking you to the Philippine Consulate General in Vancouver. British Columbia is considered a high-risk earthquake zone. It is important for us to be prepared in an event of a deadly earthquake. Take a look.
So my greatest concern is that in the next 50 years, there is a 1 in 3 chance, a 33% chance, that we will have a magnitude 9 earthquake in this area. If you know that there's a 1 in 3 chance in the next 50 years, it may not happen in our lifetime, but you know what, it's going to happen in our children's lifetime. But if there's a 1 in 3 chance in the next 50 years that we're going to have a catastrophic magnitude 9 earthquake off the coast of Vancouver Island, and that's where the Cascadia subduction zone is. It'll open up like a zipper. We know that the predictions are that there will be loss of life in Vancouver. Could be 10,000 people. That would be devastating, obviously. But imagine all the people who will be displaced from homes. Now, if there was an emergency and your cell phone was still working, if you wanted to contact somebody, do you know what the best way is? No, and so most people would want a phone, right? But probably everybody would be phoning. And that bandwidth would get blocked up. Text.
Yeah.
So if you text somebody, that bandwidth can accommodate a lot of messages at the same time. So text. So for those of you who don't know how to text, find out, your phone does it. So flashlight, really important. Make sure that, how do you store it with the batteries in it? Keep the batteries out. But, and make sure you check it. And then have at least 3 days of food. We are actually suggesting 5 days. I know I can live out of my cupboard for 5 days, but you know what? Maybe I'm not going to be at home when this happens. I might be at work. So we have food for 3 days for 3 people, and we have water for 3 days for 3 people.
Being equipped to handle various emergency situations is critical. It is important for us to be prepared, to have contingency plans in place, to know the resources available to us, to ensure our safety in the event of an emergency or disaster. Most importantly, let us be ready to echo and share the information with our families, friends, and our communities. We are all in this together in ensuring the safety and well-being. Looking forward to a very informative and productive session. Maraming salamat.
Oh my goodness, it's the time of the year again, my Simply the Best viewers, and I'm back here with our Philippine Consul General Neil Ferrer. Kumusta po?
Mabuti, and thank you very much, Luisa, for coming over to our event this evening. Yeah.
Oh, I said I'm not going to miss this because I missed a lot in the past months because I was traveling. But Conjen, this is such a good event right now that you were able to get a lot of the Filipino leaders in different communities.
Well, of course, we're very happy that you came here, and our friends from the media, and of course, the Filipino community leaders and representatives of various community organizations. This is the first time that we have done such an event with the community on emergency preparedness. We have, as I mentioned earlier, we have had a meeting with the City of Vancouver, but that is just with the consulate and our family members. But we thought it would be better to have it with the community, and hopefully this could be replicated in their different organizations and associations, because we really don't know when the big one will happen, or so it's better for us to really be prepared in our own small way.
And this is the first time that you guys got involved in this. Oh, so this is amazing. I'm really surprised. Good work. Good job.
Thank you. And we hope that you can spread the word to the rest of the community, and of course, not just here in BC, but also everywhere. And we really hope that this little step could spread out and generate awareness all across the community, and of course all across the world if ever. Thank you.
Okay, mapunta naman tayo sa Pilipinas, Conjen. So, a lot of the Filipinos here are kababayans, and most especially Filipinos who are not Canadian citizens, and they're just working here. I have a lot of concerns about what's going on in our country. I know you can't tell much about it, but maybe if you can give them reassurance that everything's going to be all right, I think it will be a good thing, especially this coming Christmas, because everybody's getting worried. What's going on there?
The tendency actually for the media and for some people is to focus on the negative things, but the thing is, there are many good news happening.
Yes.
Well, the very important good news that I have to share with you, and of course our community, is the Philippines, our third quarter growth rate has just come out, and we registered 7.1% growth rate in the third quarter. So that's an amazing growth. In fact, that's higher than the growth rate of the rest of the world. If I'm not mistaken, China and other countries managed to grow only by 6.7, 6.8%, but we grow by 7.1%. And the growth of the economy is coming from all across sectors.
Is that sorry, Conjen, to cut you? Is that with the new administration?
Yeah, that's the national growth. So that is for the third quarter. So that is now with the new administration. The growth is coming from all sectors, from manufacturing, industry, services, agriculture. So, lumalago po ang ating ekonomiya, mas marami po ang may trabaho. The economy is booming, so yes, there are many jobs back home, and we need people. And in fact, we have seen people coming back home to work and to start their own business. And but we live in a global interdependent world, so we have a free movement of labor and goods and services. So overseas employment is certainly an option for some of our kababayans, but definitely back home there are jobs, and the economy is growing. And our president, he is very committed in pursuing inclusive growth and development for our country. In fact, he has also is very serious in forging lasting peace with the different groups in our country, including, for example, the CPP, NPA, NDF. Peace talks are ongoing with the Moro separatist groups. So we are very optimistic, that these things will result in greater peace, security, and stability for our country, and to sustain, of course, our economic growth and development.
Okay, I can breathe now. I can breathe. Oh my God. Just kidding. No, because it's not that I'm not really paying attention to it. I've seen it all over Facebook. I've seen it all over TFC. I mean, all these sad news about Duterte doing this and doing that. I mean, the new president. Of course, you cannot win everybody. I mean, you cannot please everyone. There's no need to panic because, the Philippines is going well under the new administration. So, hey, I guess we have a reason to really rejoice and have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and of course, Filipino spirit is very resilient, and regardless of the situation, we see opportunity, for hope, for joy, and for merrymaking. And of course, this Christmas is no exemption. I'm sure our kababayans will be celebrating it as they have started celebrating it. And of course, I wish everyone really a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Binabati ko po ang ating mga kababayan ng isang maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. Pagpalain po tayo ng ating Panginoon. Salamat.
More special events coming up. Don't go away. It was a pleasure to meet MLA Amrik Virk and his family at the Christmas luncheon he hosted for the Filipino community in Surrey. Here's some special highlights.
We are one, that we are the same, that we have the same hopes and aspirations for our elders, the same hopes and aspirations for the growth of our children. That's what it tells me, that the similarities that we have, irrespective from where we come from. And that is so important. When I see a young child, irrespective of what background, and they're an immigrant, I see myself. I was 5 when I came to Canada. When I see a young Filipino boy or a girl, I see me. And I see their parents, and I know they have the same trials and tribulations that my father and mother did. And their one goal was, are their children going to do better than me? And that's exactly what every other immigrant says. My children need to do better than me. And the first generation, I know, works hard. They sacrifice for themselves and everything so the next generation does better. That's what you have done for your children by coming here. I'm a bit of a flag waver. I look at this country that, we have brought people from around the world into our environment here, and then we have become one. That it is a country that is, we had the original settlers from Europe, but then you had the next waves from China and Philippines and India and Malaysia and Singapore. And we have these strong values where we don't believe in building up walls, we believe in breaking them down. We believe we believe in finding what makes us together in one as opposed to what makes us different. So that's my goal. many of you know, I was a police officer for 26 years, and now I've been retired for a few years. I'm in year 30 of public service. While I'm on the subject of police officers, we have your own Filipino inspector right here as well, too, from the RCMP. Ross, thank you very much, brother, for showing up here. It shows the economy, as you know, is going very, very strong, and we want to continue to keep that way so there's more opportunities for our collective communities. I've had a number of discussions with the federal government. We want to have more provincial nominee positions in BC. That's so important to us. If I get more positions, as more people can apply for those positions. I know that's important for all of our collective communities, so we're going to work very, very hard for that. We're going to work very, very hard to ensure that there's opportunities in the future for our next generations, even stronger and stronger. And I'm doing that as a tech minister. There are 4,000 jobs that are open this morning in the tech space. High value, high paying jobs for highly skilled individuals, and there's real opportunities for immigrants from other countries to apply for those. What also important is that we reach out to the world, so we opened our first trade office in Manila this year. Jakarta wanted it, a few other places wanted it, but we as cabinet decided it has to be in the Philippines, it has to be in Manila because there's such a connection between the Philippines and British Columbia. So this is an opportunity for you that as we move, and all immigrants start as employees, we become employers, we become very successful businesswomen and businessmen. But there's an opportunity for more trade opportunities, and we figured what's the best way to do it? We need a BC office right in Manila. So there's an opportunity for this community to bring those items from the Philippines here, items from here to there, and our people on the ground want to make it easier. It shows the fact that there is a real value in that relationship. Thank you very much for being here and celebrating Christmas with our family. So from my family to you and your family, a very, very Merry Christmas.
On behalf of the Filipino community, to show appreciation for the effort, time, and resources put to have a gathering like this. We Filipinos by nature are very appreciative people. It is probably our third most distinct characteristics. Third, next to being resilient and hospitable. We take gratitude to a different level. We are always gracious for the importance, the attention, and the time given to us as people, as Filipinos, as one immigrant community, as Canadians. That is why when I received the invitation to this event, I never think twice. I said yes right away and spread the word. It is from the office of Minister Virk, who to my recollection has never said no, ever, to the invitation of his speech. Every single June we celebrate the Philippine Independence Day. In all his years being the MLA of Suriname, he will be there, he will join us, he will enjoy the formal ceremony, he will even stay longer to appreciate the simple, even much simpler than this, reception ceremony that we have. And he would stay to converse not just with me, but to attendees of the event. And I will never forget that. Yes. It is not a secret to the public that I was connected to another political affiliation. But I will always be honest, and I will always appreciate somebody who truly appreciates and who truly give time to the Filipino community. And I could say that Minister Virk is one of them since being elected in office. So with that I say thank you, Minister Virk.
Up next is a powerful message from MLA Mable Elmore at the Temporary Foreign Workers Conference, Building and Strengthening Workers' Solidarity in New Westminster. Don't go away. Migrante BC held a two-day Temporary Foreign Workers Conference in New Westminster to discuss employment issues, stories of struggle and hope, building and strengthening workers' solidarity. MLA Mable Elmore continues to advocate for the safety and rights of temporary workers.
Well, we're here at New Westminster for a conference on temporary foreign workers organized by Migrante BC. We've got our keynote speaker, Professor Ethel Tanghunan, in from York University, Toronto, speakers from Europe as well as the Philippines to talk about what's happening with migrant workers around the world. And what we're hearing today about the reality for temporary foreign workers in BC and Canada is it's more and more difficult for them to practice and exercise their rights. They're experiencing more exploitation and they're having less opportunity to apply for permanent residency and become Canadian citizens. So it's a big challenge, and the group here at the conference is asking for support right across from all Canadian citizens that migrant rights should be upheld as long as with all workers' rights, and that we should, if workers are good enough to work here in Canada, they should be good enough to stay. So that is the really what is the call for everybody attending the conference here. For temporary foreign workers coming into Canada, that they should be able to become Canadian citizens. Well, we have a problem with the temporary foreign worker program in Canada. It restricts the ability of workers to apply for permanent residency. So we've heard from workers that there should be full status for all workers who want to apply and become residents. That's across Canada. Now in British Columbia, we're one of the few provinces that don't have legislation to protect temporary foreign workers. They're very vulnerable, they have very precarious positions, and so I'm calling on Christy Clark to pass legislation so that we can join the rest of Canada and ensure that all workers, temporary foreign workers included, aren't exploited in our province. Living caregivers, they come here and they sponsor their families. Often they're separated for many years, and the children have difficulty adjusting. So we see there's a number of artwork produced here. They offer programs to teach the children, to paint and to draw and to become involved in the community. They also run sports groups and sports camps and sports leagues to have kids participate, and also leadership training workshops so that they can gain skills and have more confidence in school. So they're offering a lot of programs, and what's important is they're also advocating. We need to see support from the provincial government and the federal government. So those are some of the issues that I am supporting them to ensure that all children and all families have opportunities here in our province. We need the community to step up and really support them and be the voice. We need to send a strong voice to government, municipal, provincial, and federal government, that temporary foreign workers should be respected, that we should return to a model of permanent immigration, that if workers are coming here to work, they should have the opportunity to stay. And I think if the community embraces that and really sends that strong message, that governments will listen, and that temporary foreign workers will also be respected. Yeah, so I'm wishing all viewers Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you all really enjoy the season, the celebrations, and it's 8 years now for the show, so congratulations and wishing you all the best in the new year.
Thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Take care on the road. Please don't drink and drive. Take two. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Take care on the road. Please don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Always be kind. Let's stop bullies. Have a wonderful evening and see you next week. Bye-bye.